Hi everyone, welcome back. Yes, we have a change of scenery. I'm spending a couple weeks at the ranch, so this is the layout we've got for a little while. Today we are going to be testing out some new drugstore products, and some of them are pretty old, so I'm going with the flow of better late than never, right? And after explaining to you guys in my if I could only purchase from 5 brands and it being a high-end edition, I explained to you guys why I don't typically reach for drugstore products. I'm trying to make myself go more into that realm. That way I can do one of those videos for the drugstore. But yes, so we are at the ranch. We are in a new area. I apologize if it's a little bit echoey and there are some extra sounds. The windows have to be open because it's very hot here. We do not have AC and we've got some work going on outside, and the floors are not carpet, so you can hear the dogs walk. So that's what we're going with today. All right, so before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and we'll get going. To begin, we're gonna start with the NYX Marshmallow Primer. Yes, I know this is pretty old and it was super hyped up on TikTok, and I did get it, but I just haven't touched it yet. Like, the sticker is still on. I have heard good things about this primer, so we're just gonna give it a go. I'm gonna start with 2 pumps, and it's kind of got this whipped texture to it. It's kind of cool. I'm trying to place what it smells like. It's got like a, like you can smell the marshmallow, but it's got like a fruity hint to it, like the fruity marshmallows. Or that could mean that mine is expired and not good anymore. I don't know, if you've tried this primer out, you'll have to let me know how yours smells. For foundation, we're gonna go into Catrice. This is the True Skin Hydrating Foundation with hyaluronic acid, and it's supposed to be long wear. I have heard really good things about it, so I picked one up. I've also heard the shade range is kind of crazy and it's hard to get your shade. I picked up the shade 004 Neutral Porcelain. I did spend a day at the river though, and I did get a little bit of sunburn. It's mostly in my hairline, because I did wear sunscreen. Hopefully this matches. Okay, so it's kind of runny, really. I've just been taking my foundations on a brush lately. Oh, yeah, that's not too bad of a match to my neck, at least. Covers up, well, it is covering up the redness that my cheeks normally have. I'm feeling a little bit ghostly. Maybe it wasn't the best shade match, but I'm gonna press everything in with my damp sponge like I normally would be, and we'll go from there. Okay, now that it's blended in a little bit better, I'm really enjoying the coverage. It covered up the redness in my cheeks pretty well. I did do a little bit extra along my hairline just because that's where I'm sunburned, and honestly it covered it up. Like, you can see in my hair I'm sunburnt there, but like along the forehead, it covered it up really nicely. And it looks really nice on the skin, like up close. I'm not seeing any areas where it's sticking to dryness. Honestly, it's a nice foundation so far. For concealers, I have 2. I've got the Flower Beauty Light Illusion. I really like the Light Illusion foundation from Flower Beauty, so I was like, I should probably try the concealer. But I've also got the LA Girl Pro Concealer, which I've heard so many good things about. I'm a little worried though, this one looks darker than my foundation. Maybe we'll do some swatches to see which one works. Oh, it's like a felt tip. Okay, so this one is LA Girl and this one is Flower Beauty. And looking at them, I think I have to go with Flower Beauty just based on color. I just don't think the LA one is going to be light enough. And how I've been doing my makeup lately is I just kind of do one eye at a time. So put a little here, a little over here. And then I do like to dab a little bit lower to help cover any redness on my cheeks. And then I take a brush and just blend it in. And then I take my damp sponge and press it the rest of the way in. That's not my favorite. I don't know if you can tell, but it really clung into the side of my nose here. And it's really showing any dryness I have out here, even though I did put on my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base, which typically with that stuff, I don't have any dryness over here. So that's a little weird. I don't have a drugstore powder, so I am just using my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, and I just take it on a little brush and set right under my eye. Normally, this powder is amazing. I love it, but it doesn't like that concealer out here, so it looks kind of crummy. You know what? Just for giggles, I am gonna go in with the LA Girl concealer. I know the shade is not perfect, but I'm gonna try it on this eye because I don't like that Flower Beauty concealer at all, based off first impressions. I'm gonna try a little bit over here, even though, yeah, that shade's not right, but that one worked out a lot better. I don't see any dryness over here. I think I like that one a lot better. I am gonna do a little bit down my nose just because my nose did get sunburnt too. And I don't like having a super red nose. So before I set the rest of my face, I did pick up a new bronzer. This is from Soul Body. It is their Face and Body Bronzing Balm. I've heard really good things about it, so we're gonna test it out. I picked up the shade Light. For my bronzers, I like to take like an angled brush. I'm gonna start by stamping. I think that's a pretty good color for me though. Light was definitely the good option. Then I'm going to circle motions. It is not liking that concealer either. I can see it on the monitor, so I know you can see it. It just went right around it. And it left it all patchy. No go on the Flower Beauty concealer. I'm done with it. We'll try it on this side and see how it likes the LA Girl. Maybe it's my brush, because this side looks like it picked up my foundation. Let's try it with my sponge. Better with the sponge, not great, though. It still looks like it picked up quite a bit of foundation right here. It's not having any issues with the concealer, so that's great. And the sponge is helping the concealer on this side. Let's do a little bit on the forehead with the sponge. That looks nice. What is going on? How come it only likes some areas? Let me do a little cleanup with my foundation brush. I just got it a little bit too low. Okay, I think I got it to work. I really like it around the forehead. I think that looks really nice. The cheeks do better with the sponge, so for next time I'll just start that way. And it looks as though when I got it to blend out, maybe it didn't pick up foundation over here because now there's not that bald spot. And then working with the sponge over here, it helped mesh with the concealer a bit. I mean, there's still a little bit of dry patchiness over here, but that was before the bronzer. So I'll have to play with that one. I really like it on the forehead though. It doesn't seem to be a super intense bronzer, but you know, I'm okay with that. I don't have any more cream products, so I am going to set my face. I'm gonna use my Kosas Cloud Set Powder. Again, I don't have a drugstore powder. I just have to tell you, this eye looks like crap. It's just, that concealer was just terrible. If you guys love the Flower Light Illusion Concealer, I would love to know how you use it because it didn't like my under eye, it didn't like the Laura Mercier powder, it didn't like that bronzer, it didn't like my Cloud Set powder, which both of those powders are like true to me. I love them so much. I have never had any issues like that with them. And then it's got my nose all cakey, which is crummy. But like this side, the LA Girl side, she looks nice. And I don't even think the color was too deep after laying some powders down. LA Girl side, she's killing it. Flower Beauty, not so much. Next, we're gonna go into blush. I did pick up 2 of the quads from Colourpop. This one is called Tea Cakes, And this side is called Sugar Frosted, which also has the highlight I'm gonna try today. So Tea Cakes, I think, is for a little bit of a darker skin tone because this is the highlight shade in this palette, which is pink to me. So I'm not gonna use it as a highlight. I am, however, going to use this blush, which is called Pralines, because I like the color. I'm just gonna start with circular motions. Circulars. I think that's a really pretty color. Obviously it's not doing well with this concealer, but hopefully I can mesh it a little bit with my damp sponge. Start with circulars on this side too. That's a really pretty blush. I'm quite happy with it. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, kind of like contour, because I typically take my bronzer brush and do that, but I used a sponge for that bronzer balm, so we'll do it with blush. And then I like to take a little bit of blush on the forehead as well and under the chin. Just kind of making sure to tie all the colors of the face together or make my chin like super pink. I wasn't paying attention, dang it. Okay, I'm gonna take my sponge and we're just going to press over everything. Help it blend a little bit better. I like that color a lot for a blush. Next, we're gonna go into the Sugar Frosted palette and we're gonna pick up the highlight. Oh, do you see that? My blush came out of the pan. I did try to press it back in. It did crack a little bit and I lost a little chunk, but for the most part, it's back in the pan. But we're gonna go into this light shade. It is the highlight shade and it is called Jelly Roll. Do you see anything? I'm gonna try to bend my sponge. That worked better. No, it is a powder though, so I wonder why it's not picking up on my brush very well. I mean, it's pretty once you get it on. Let's try a little bit around the eye. Okay, so it's very subtle, but it's pretty. And if I like it on the side where my concealer is all botchy, then I'm probably gonna like it on this side. What do we think? It's pretty subtle, which is up my alley. I like pretty subtle. I find them to be a bit more natural and easier to work with. So I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, like the tip of my nose. Yeah, even on the Cupid's bow, it's subtle, but it's nice. These products are kind of shocking me. Also, I apologize for the lighting. I am right in front of a giant window, so as the sun is shifting behind clouds or not, I might be really bright or really like normal. I don't even have my ring light on, even though it's in front of me. So I love this window, but apologize for the natural lighting shifting. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. My only drugstore setting spray is from Flower Beauty. This is their Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray, and I actually really enjoy this one. I've had it for quite a while. So we're not gonna do an intermission today. I do apologize because I have some really cute river footage of the dogs. So I'll put those in another video with an intermission because I do have some eyebrow products. Right? Crazy. So I did pick up the NYX The Brow Glue, and this is the Essence Micro Precise Eyebrow Pencil. So I'm gonna try to get these on. My understanding is that the brow glue goes on before you fill it in, or does it go on after? Bear with me, I'm not very good at this. That's not too terrible, actually. Let's try the other one. Okay, what do we think? I kind of feel like I'm having a Balm eyebrow day, which I haven't had one in a very long time. I really enjoy this pencil from Essence. I like how small it is, and it also blends out super, super easily with the spoolie. So maybe that's why I'm enjoying my eyebrows, because you know, they're like really filled in. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the brow glue yet. It seems to have dried down pretty nicely. I like this eyebrow better. For the glue, I have more hair, so it's actually giving like a really nice fluffy full look. This eye, not so much. So I'm gonna keep you posted on this. So far, I really like the Essence one, and the brow glue isn't bad, but I'll keep you updated. I do have a new palette. It is from Colourpop. It is their Your Golden palette. Very neutral with a couple pops of blues, little pinky pops, but I'm gonna go pretty neutral today because again, I'm taking my dogs to the river. So to begin, I'm gonna go into this shade. It is called Lounger. And I'm taking a really big fluffy brush. We are going to blow it out. And I'm gonna start in this outer corner and just work my way up so it's, in simple terms, I'm gonna put it everywhere and just really buff it out and blow it out. So it looks soft and smooth and nothing too harsh. I liked the color though, it's really warm. So I thought it would be a good brown today. And I mean, it's Colourpop, so I know the eyeshadow formula is good. I do like that color a lot, so I'm gonna take a smaller brush and we're gonna put it on the lower lash line. And I am just gonna take it from corner to corner. Now the sun is super bright. Okay, next we're gonna go into this shade. It's called Sandy, which, you know, is a good thing for today. I'm just gonna take it on my finger like I normally do and press it on the lid. And I'm gonna take my flat shader brush just so I can get it all the way into the inner corner here. And we'll smooth it around too. Now I'm gonna go back into my big fluffy brush and just blend that shimmer to matte line so it's not so intense. Last but not least, we're gonna go into this bright shimmery shade. It's called Jet Set, and I'm gonna use it as an inner corner highlight. This is a little bit more glittery than shimmer, but it's still pretty. And those are the eyes. We're gonna keep it really simple. I didn't pick up a new mascara, but I am still gonna keep it in the drugstore family. I'm just gonna go with my Maybelline Lash Sensational. I love this mascara. I do use it quite often, so I'll be right back. All right, now we're gonna finish up the lips. I have two new lip liners. One is from Juvia's Place. This is the shade it's called Luxe Liner in the shade Love Me. And then I've also got the NYX lip pencil in the shade Natural. So Juvia's Place is quite pink. I don't think that's gonna be the one we use today. And then the NYX one is a bit more nude. So I'm gonna go with NYX and we'll see how it goes. That's a pretty color. I like that. Okay, so for lip products, I picked up 3 new lip stain color things. 2 of the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lips. We've got the shade Dreamer, which is pretty pink, and then the shade Hazelnut Hypnotize, which is supposed to be a bit more nude. And then I also just picked up another lipstick from Maybelline as well. And this is the shade Baddest Beige. So let's do some swatches and then we'll pick. Baddest Beige, Hazelnut Hypnotize, which is not as nude as I thought it was. It's got quite a bit of pink to it. And then Dreamer, which is way pink. So we're not gonna go with Dreamer. I think I'm gonna go with Baddest Beige. I think that's the best color for today's look. All right, so here is today's finished look. Very neutral, nothing too crazy. The lips are a little bit more pink than I would prefer with the eyes, but hey, we're trying out some new things, and it's not like I'm going to see anyone. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video where I sort of collect new products as they come out, and then later on I can have more of a full face of things to try for you guys, especially in the drugstore realm, just because, again, there's not a lot from the drugstore that I see and I'm like, yes, I need that. I can typically talk myself out of drugstore items and tell myself I'm not that interested. So that's why it kind of takes me a little bit longer to try the drugstore products, but I'm trying. I'm gonna try to include some more for you guys, and you'll just have to let me know if you like the style of video or if you would like to see them as I purchase them. Other than that, let's talk about the face. So far, I have nothing bad to say about the primer. I have nothing bad to say about the foundation. The concealers, the LA concealer is actually very impressive. I'm really happy with this eye. I'm glad I decided to do that. The Flower Beauty one is gonna be a no for me. I don't like the way it looks at all, and it creased pretty badly, even with my Laura Mercier setting powder, which is not normal. So I don't think I'm actually going to be using that one again. I'm not gonna put it in my roundup. I don't like it at all. I'm sorry, it's just one of those products where first impression is all it took. But the LA Girl one is beautiful. I will continue to use that one. For the Soul Body bronzer, I think I like this. I loved it around the forehead. I'm gonna have to work a little bit more on how to apply it. I think the sponge is the best way, but so far I'm enjoying it, so I will continue to use it. For the blushes, I like these. I think I've got to figure out how to use them because I really like the color I used today, but again, it doesn't match the eyes and whatever. I don't have anywhere to, I'm not going to see anybody, so I'm okay with that. And then I've got to figure out how to apply this highlight a little bit better. I think the sponge is the best way again, but I do think it kind of picked up the blush. So I'm just gonna have to play with these a little bit more, but so far, so good. For the eyebrows, again, I'm liking the pencil. I think it was really easy to shape out and fill in some of the sparser spots. And then the brow glue looks really good on this eye, this one. I'm gonna point with the pencil. This eye looks really good and floofy, and it's filled in and it looks really beautiful. And then this eye, they don't look so floofy. So I'm gonna have to play a little bit more with this, but I'll let you guys know. The eyeshadow palette is from Colourpop. I love Colourpop eyeshadows. Their eyeshadows is one thing that I have played around a lot with being drugstore price. So I do like the eyeshadow palette. I like my look. I'm happy with it. It's pretty neutral, not too intense, really simple to do too, everyday sort of summer vibes. And I mean, everything blended out and the pigment's there, and I'm happy. For the lip liners, I like that Juvia's Place is actually like a twisty. It's retractable too. That's nice. Like the NYX one, it's wood, so you have to sharpen it, but the color is beautiful. It was a little bit harder to apply than I'm used to, but it was still really nice. I like the color. For the lipstick that I used today, super easy to apply. I love Maybelline lipsticks like this. Love the color. Matches the lip liner perfectly, so that was good. That was a happy accident that I did. I will get to try these two liquid lipsticks. It just won't be today, so I'll keep you informed. Other than that, that's all I've got for you today. You'll have to let me know if you have tried any of these products, if you love them, how you apply them, if I'm having difficulties with them. I'd love to know any tips or tricks that you have. Oh, and if you liked this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. It just helps me out a little bit. I'm here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.